Bill O'Reilly here, Wednesday, May 18th, 2022. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Here's what's happening today in America. President Biden says the U.S. is infected with the poison of white supremacy. 9 in 10 voters are gravely concerned about the country's future. Gas prices hit another record high. A new survey ranks the best places to live in America. Also ahead, are we safe from terror killers? But first, Joe Biden warning the nation about the dangers of white supremacy, the president speaking in Buffalo after a racist gunman killed 10 people there, all African-American dead. Said Mr. Biden, quote, "White supremacy is poison. We must refuse to live in a country where black people grocery shopping can be gunned down by weapons of war deployed in a racist cause," unquote. The mass murder was indeed unacceptable, but the president is politicizing it. A survey from Fox News finds 87% of voters are extremely worried about the future. Biggest issues: inflation, immigration, crime, the economy. Just 28% think President Biden's doing enough to lower prices. 2/3 believe the president should do more to solve the nation's baby formula shortage. Experts say that crisis could drag on from 4 to 6 weeks. Fuel prices hitting record highs 8 days in a row. The cost for a gallon of gas rising 30 cents in the past 2 weeks. Economists blame the spike on Wall Street troubles and inflation. The national price for gas now stands at $4.55 a gallon. That figure tops $6 in New York City, Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Hawaii. Filling up the average car in California could set you back $120. U.S. News & World Report ranking the most livable towns in America. Cities are judged by income potential, pollution, access to health care, life expectancy. Top 5: San Jose, California; Boulder, Colorado; Green Bay, Wisconsin; Colorado Springs, and number 1 is a surprise, Huntsville, Alabama. The least desirable town in the USA, Detroit. 45% of folks in the Motor City live below the poverty line. In a moment, terror danger. Right back. In life, you can count on 3 things: death, taxes, and your car breaking down. I can't do anything about the first 2. As for my car breaking down, that's why I have Car Shield. Car Shield offers protection plans for about $100 a month, and it covers more parts than before, whether your car has 5,000 or 150,000 miles on it. When you need a repair, you don't have to deal with paperwork or headaches. You choose the mechanic to do the work, and Car Shield administrators handle the rest. You can also count on Car Shield to help take care of you when your car breaks down and you're stuck on the side of the road. Every protection plan includes coast-to-coast roadside assistance, rental car options, and trip reimbursement at no extra cost. Lock in your price and it will never go up at carshield.com/bill, or you can call 800-391-8888 to save 10% on your plan. That's carshield.com/bill or 800-391-8888 to save 10%. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. Are we safe? Domestic terrorism, like the Buffalo mass murder, are a constant now in the USA. But overseas terrorists have not hit us in a while. Here's why. Shortly after the 9/11 attack, Congress passed the Authorization for Use of Military Force Against Terrorists Act. That law allowed the President of the United States to, quote, use all necessary and appropriate force against those nations, organizations, or persons he determines, plans, authorizes, commits, or aids in terror activity, unquote. That is a powerful law that gives the chief executive, the commander-in-chief, the power to assassinate. President Barack Obama reauthorized the law in 2015, expanding it to include ISIS. His administration also issued guidelines for using drones to kill people. Example, President Trump ordered the death of Iranian General Soleimani near Baghdad on January 3rd, 2020. 9 people, including 5 Iranians and 4 Iraqis, died in that drone strike. It was a Hellfire missile triggered from space that obliterated Soleimani, and you can read all about what happened in my new book, Killing the Killers. Right now, there are 70 designated foreign terror organizations, and we could obliterate them at any time. Another 20 have been crossed off the list for various reasons. Biggest groups right now, Al-Qaeda, ISIS, Hamas, Hezbollah, Real Irish Republican Army, Al-Shabaab, Boko Haram, Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard, and the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia, South America. Now, a few years ago, President Trump broached the idea of designating the Mexican drug cartels as foreign terror organizations. That classification would allow the USA to use drones and other weapons to attack the cartels. The president of Mexico did not want that, but that should be done immediately, as the Mexican drug cartels are killing hundreds of thousands of Americans. Based upon my research, the USA should be reassured in general. We have awesome surveillance and weapon capabilities. Foreign terrorists fear us. As for domestic terrorism, it is still largely undefined. You heard the left run around screaming about white supremacy. Well, the FBI is in charge of that, monitoring the neo-Nazis. They do exist, but are they an organized threat? We have not seen evidence of that. However, we do have open borders in this country now, and it is easy for terrorists to get in here. I'm Bill O'Reilly. I approve the message by writing it. If you would like more honest news analysis, please visit BillO'Reilly.com. In a moment, something you might not know. Inflation at its highest level in 40 years, interest rates rising, and a recession may loom. Our retirement accounts are in real danger, no doubt about it. If you want to protect your future, please do what I did. Call the only precious metal dealers I trust, American Hartford Gold. They can show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. All it takes to get started is a short phone call, and they will have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your IRA or 401k. They are the highest rated firm in the country with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and thousands of satisfied clients. Plus, tell them O'Reilly sent you, and they'll give you up to $2,500 of free silver on your first order. Wow. So please don't wait. Call them now, 877-444-GOLD. 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Again, 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. 161 years ago today, a newspaper published a scathing article about the First Lady of the United States. An anonymous reporter accused Mary Todd Lincoln of interfering in government business, verbally abusing her president husband, Abe, and even having an addiction. Here is the story of Mrs. Lincoln. On May 18th, 1861, exactly 1 year after Abraham Lincoln was nominated as the Republican presidential candidate, a small California newspaper launched a vicious attack against the First Lady. An unnamed journalist with the Humboldt Times claimed Mrs. Lincoln was appointing federal officers because she was, quote, smitten by their handsome features. The writer also questioned Mary's physical appearance, suggesting her hollow cheeks and sunken eyes could only be caused by substance abuse. The allegations were entirely fabricated. President Lincoln, consumed with the looming Civil War, offered no official response. In reality, Mary Todd Lincoln remains one of the most interesting first ladies in American history. Her life was marked by tragedy. Born to slaveholders in Kentucky, she battled severe bouts of depression from an early age. She would eventually grieve the loss of 3 children and her husband, who, of course, was assassinated. During the Civil War, both North and South labeled Mary a traitor. She suffered severe mood swings, constant headaches, and a blood condition that caused her to appear excessively pale. Some White House staffers claim she was delusional and often talked to herself. Following the death of her youngest son in 1871, Mary's behavior became even more troubling. 4 years later, the former First Lady was institutionalized at a private mental hospital in Illinois. She soon attempted suicide by consuming a large amount of opium. Mary Todd Lincoln was then released into her sister's custody a year later. On July 15, 1882, exactly 11 years after her youngest son died, Mary collapsed at her sister's home, lapsed into a coma, and died the next morning of a stroke. She was 63 years old. A very sad life. Back after this. If you own a home or property, here are 2 reasons you never want to become the victim of home title fraud. Reason 1, when a cybercriminal sneakily worms his way onto your home's title, he'll take out loan after loan using your home's equity, then he'll vanish, leaving you to prove you didn't commit fraud. Reason 2, you could be a victim of home title fraud right now and not know it for months. No agency notifies you or asks if you sold your home or added someone to the title. You'll find out when the collection calls start for loans you never took out. Nobody knows more about how to help stop this crime than Home Title Lock, America's trusted leader. I urge you to go to HomeTitleLock.com, read the testimonials from retired FBI agents and others, register your home address to see if you are already a victim. And when you protect your home, tell them O'Reilly sent you for 30 free days of protection. HomeTitleLock.com. HomeTitleLock.com. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.